We do not have to engage in grand, heroic action to participate in change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. Howard Zinn. And today's speaker has that power, passion, and zest to play a part in changing the world. Pulkit Nagpal is an MBA candidate at the School of Inspired Leadership, Gurgaon. He has a zeal to contribute to society by creating and promoting an eco-conscious way of life. With this vision, Pulkit joined us in contributing his bit towards creating sustainable ecosystem. Pulkit.
Hi, Pulkit Nagpal. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well too. Pulkit, at the onset, I know you are the user of Pullet application. Share your experience with us.
So, Pulit, we often have this habit of sticking around to products that are unused, or we often clutter our houses with products that do not have any use for us, and we just let that product sitting around. Maybe we love that product at a time, we loved using that product at a time, but we often we often have these products sitting around at a one after one at one place after we have purchased a new alternative for that, and we never have this opportunity of giving it away. So we have since the past decade, I often feel that we have been cluttering out a lot of e-waste in our houses. So we upgrade to a new phone, we have these chargers and earphones left around. So as a user, I feel this is a perfect platform, a unique idea, promoting giving away of unused products, as well as inculcating a habit of giving away those unused products. And second highlight for me as a user of this application is the security of this platform. So, verified professional, when a company verified professional is connected to an application, then we have a sense of security when we are dealing with the individual. So that's what I feel, that security is lacking in the classified applications, and there are a lot of frauds that we come across in our day-to-day lives across these classified sections. So one thing that will ensure the user security is the platform being full of verified professional and a close community.
So you
That's
mean,
what my feel is as a user.
okay. So you mean, as our usage of electronic devices, gadgets has increased, this platform help us to reduce our e-gadgets, where we don't want to throw it, just we can make it better use of it by giving someone else who can use it.
Definitely, because giving away e-waste, at this time when we are in unprecedented times, and a lot of students who are missing on the education just because we have switched onto a digital platform. So if we started giving away our products maybe around a half decade back, so this situation would have been better right now, and a lot of students would not have suffered. A lot of students who cannot come into this digital bracket of education.
True, true. I completely agree with you. Pulkit, being in Life Project, how it has helped you to learn more about sustainability and minimalism?
uh, with uh, with this project, I was actually not very well aware of the minimalistic lifestyle concept. So I also believe a very common misconception about minimalism, that it's about living in less. So it's not about that. So during this project, I started understanding the power of giving away your unused products. So the products that once you loved or once you loved using can benefit someone else who is not able to purchase a new product of the same price, and can purchase a used product and use it for their usage. Then also I started following during this project, I was introduced to Matt Davella over YouTube, where he lives a minimalistic lifestyle. And one thing that I understood about his lifestyle is not living less, but he is living with things that he requires. So that's what exactly minimalism means to me.
Excellent. Pulkit, you have been part of Life Project for almost 4 weeks now. And I'm sure you must have learned few skills, qualities, some tools. Would you like to share what kind of learning you had during the course?
So as a management student, so when our journey started, so we did not start our journey as we were working on the project. We started our journey as a user for the project, first of all. So we started moving using the application as a user. So we explored the application on how a user would experience the application when the user gets into the application. They every menu option that is in place, how would the user see that? So understanding if it's useful for the user, if we can shift to it to another place for exactly the user point of view. So we understood the interface of the app. Then the application we understood what the application was exactly. Then we started moving on the experience mapping of the users that we started working with. So we started working with users, friends and family started. Then we connected with other platforms and other companies of verified professionals. We started experiencing, understanding what their reviews are, what exactly they experience, and how do they feel about sustainability and minimalism as a lifestyle, and would they go ahead and give away their unused products. So getting people this habit of giving away products was also one of the aspects that we started working on. Then we ran social media campaigns, we ran user acquisition campaigns to get more users onto this platform and actually help in contributing towards this environment. So we learned a lot of skills, marketing skills, a lot of digital marketing skills were possessed that we could learn during this journey. So that was actually a great for me being a management student.
That's really great. From whatever you have said, it looks like you have learned a lot in that journey. Just a 4-week journey, you have learned about user behavior, marketing analysis, competitive analysis. A lot of learning went in that 4-week life project. Pulkit, why do you think that there is an urgent need for refurbishing and reusing the existing items, as you have talked about reusing, giving away? Why there is an urgent need now?
So yes, there is a dire need. First of all, let's address the situation. There is a dire need right now to refurbish or reuse the unused items that we have. So we need to understand that if some item is sitting unused, it's no use for us, it's not giving us any value, but might be the product that is given away to someone is actually adding a value to their lives. And secondly, as I was telling you about, over the past decade we have been accumulating a lot of e-waste. So right now we have a lot of e-waste accessories lying around our houses that is unused. So the power of a earphone also is proved during this unprecedented time. So during this unprecedented time, we were focused on the digital platforms, and giving away is not only should be restricted to an unprecedented time, or maybe a difficult time, but it should be made as an habit, because giving away is actually a great habit and it reduces the load on environment. So basically, over the few years now, we have understood that we as humans have not been living as an ecosystem with the environment. So we have not been maintaining that ecosystem, and we've only been taking from the environment rather than giving back to the environment. So one thing is an ecosystem that we have been learning since very tender childhood, that this is an ecosystem that we live in. It's more of a two-way street. It's not about just taking, it's about giving back. So that's what I feel, that it's time that we understand that it's really important to give back to the society, give back to the environment, to save it for the coming future that we have.
Yeah. And one thing you have rightly said, that giving away is not only in this unprecedented times, in this tough times, but it should be a part of our lifestyle. That the things which we don't need it and it's in a usable condition, let's make a better use of it by giving the people who really need it.
Yeah, exactly. So it can add a value to their lives when we don't need a product. So that's actually the pure thought of giving away. It's a noble act, I feel.
True, true. Pulkit, you being life project students, why you think that the other students should join this project?
So, life project, what I feel that other students should join this life project. So, I'll share my experience as a worker with the Life project, as a student with the Life project, on what exactly I did. So it's not about only putting in the academic skills that you have acquired during your journey in these schools or the colleges, but it's about you're given an opportunity to understand the great objective behind the idea, Pull it. So the great idea that has been promoting giving away a product. So a great objective, you understand that objective, you understand. And one thing that I learned about is the minimalistic lifestyle. As I was telling, I was not very well aware of it, but when I got into the project, so I cleared a lot of misconceptions about the idea. Then the project has been phased in such a way that it's in four phases, where you start with the research. So you start with the market research about the project, so you get research skills in the project. Then you understand the user acquisition journey. So the user acquisition journey is another important part when you come to your marketing skills. Then you start working as a professional, and you start working on social media campaigns and marketing campaigns for the product and the application. And that would actually help you understand what you are currently doing in the academics, and plus how will they add an advantage in the business world. So that's a pure advantage for a management student. That's what I feel, and I gained that advantage. So I'm very glad about it.
Yeah, I believe there are unlimited advantage of just being 4 weeks part of this life project. You will get experience, you will get to know academic skills, you will get to know the user behavior, and as you said, that you will explore a different part of life, that is a minimalistic lifestyle. Pulit, we are almost
That's
towards the end of our session. But before we let you go, we want to know a tip that you can share with the viewers that you follow in your personal life to curb the carbon prints.
so these days we have all been aware about the climate changes. So there's a lot of talk about climate changes. We have climate activists who have been constantly reminding us about the climate changes that we have and its repercussions that are going to come. So to minimize carbon footprint, one needs not do a lot of very big steps. So there are not very big steps involved in doing uh, reducing the carbon footprint and helping the environment in turn. So there are different ways, and you can do that even at your home. So I personally have started doing some practices. So these are just practices that you learn in your primary school during the subject called environmental studies. So these are some basic practices that you follow, and you are going to give back to the environment. So your primary school lessons are going to help you save the environment as well. So lessons like do not waste food. So do not waste food. You take what is required. Do not waste. So for me, wasting of food is absolute no. Then I have started gardening during this pandemic. I was in the lockdown, and I started gardening a lot. So I started gardening. So my patio, my balcony is now filled with pots right now with different plants. So that is giving to the environment. Plus, gives an aesthetic value to my place as well, and it's beautiful to look at. Then you segregate your waste. Segregation of waste, just an easy task. You can do it at every day at your place, and it adds value. And segregating waste, wet waste, you can create compost for the garden that you just created. So just small steps, reduce electricity, you reduce use of electricity, save water. These kind of small steps you take every day. You live a conscious lifestyle, and there you're giving back to the society. So it's not very conscious steps that you have to take every day, but small steps that you take unconsciously also can give back to the society.
Absolutely. Our everyday small acts can contribute in a larger way to bringing a ecological balance in our society, in our nature. As I mentioned in this introduction, that a small act by one person and combined with millions of people can bring a bigger change in this world. With that, thank you so much, Pulkit, for spending some time and sharing your experience knowledge with us.
Thank you so much.